Today we have a video from Vice Versus, and the title of the video is Massage Therapist Gave Happy Ending to Client and Got Arrested.
And he like keeps touching my, like, it's really weird. And then I like feel him sucking.
Yeah, but he came out alleging that there was inappropriate activity, so I asked for more details. It massage went as planned, and then he stayed through the whole session, and that was that. They checked out and then came back in and told me this information, which I thought was a little odd. He said he tried to suck my in exact verbiage, in fact, and I said, whoa, are you sure?
On December 29th, 2024, police were called after a man reported inappropriate behavior during a massage session.
In that place, they make you sign this big thing, like, you know, no innuendos, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I go in there, I get a massage from this dude, and at the very end, he like accidentally touches my. I'm like, all right, whatever. I hated that, he probably hated that. And he like keeps touching my. I'm like,
Who gets a massage from a dude? I ain't gonna lie, like, come on, man. I get it, guys are stronger, so they may be able to, like, you know, get the knots out a little bit better than a lady, but I've had massages before, not these type of massages, not what's going on at this, but I've had regular massages before, and never by a dude. Okay, you know, going to the spa, or they got the casino, you know, that also has spas and stuff like that. You know, yeah, I'm not, you know, my chiropractor is a lady. You know, so it's like I'm not getting no rub down from no dude. All right, it's just not happening. You know, to each their own, though. You know what I mean? If you get massages by guys and you a guy, that's on you. That's you. But yeah, I would be like, is there? Can I pick? Because you at massage parlor, you get to pick who. You know what I mean? A lot of times, like, if there's someone available, but you don't want to go with them or whatever the case may be, then you could choose somebody else. You know what I mean? If you want, it's not, you know, it's kind of like going to the barbershop. You go to the barbershop, but if you don't like that you know, you could pick somebody else. You know, you don't gotta go with that person. You know, but it depends on who's available at that time and everything like that. But I ain't getting no rub down from no dude. That's just me though.
it's really weird. And then I like feel him sucking my. So I open my eyes, I look at him, I'm just like, hey, whoa, like, whoa. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And so, could you like, but then the front office people were talking about, oh, like if it had happened, we would check with him, you know, like all this, that, and the third about like, it like had this allegedly had happened. And so I would want to like swab my whatever for his DNA. Like I don't like how do you handle something like that? Because like that's assault and a breach contract and weird.
This is foul.
Like, you know, like obviously I didn't ask.
Yeah. What did he say? Okay.
He didn't say anything. He just like had touched my and then had continued touching my and then started sucking my and then I like shot up and was like, hey dude, like stop.
Oh, wow.
He also points out the name of the therapist and says he had been working there for a long time.
You visiting here?
Yeah, we're just on vacation, you know, like getting massages with my siblings. None of my other siblings had this experience that any of their people.
You guys all went? Like
Yes.
a bunch of you? Okay.
Yeah. And the dude's name is Hector, the guy, the masseuse. And they said he had been working there for a while and like they never got complaints of that. But I mean whatever.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There you go. All right, just go back to the family. I'll be right back. I'm gonna make some phone calls and then see what we're gonna do.
All right, yeah, I do want to get some DNA evidence because right now it's
Well,
all
yeah, I gotta figure out
All right,
how we can go about that. Yeah.
At this point, Officers arrive at the location. They try to find the therapist, but he is not there. While waiting, they speak to a coworker to understand what the staff knows about the situation.
This guy comes in to get what service did he?
He had a massage today. It was booked with a couple of friends or family or something like that. Yeah, but he came out alleging that there was inappropriate activity, so I asked for more details. They were kind of giggling and laughing, telling me about it, which I thought was kind of odd, but I was like, you know, obviously if that is what occurred, like that's not up to our policies. And I did talk to Hector about it, and he said, no, nothing like that happened. You know, there was like, you seemed to be excited during the massage. I asked if everything was okay.
She also mentions that the client stayed for the full session and only reported the issue afterward.
Massage went as planned, and then he stayed through the whole session, and that was that. They checked out and then came back in and told me this information, which I thought was a little odd, but
So they go.
That is odd. If something were to happen like that, one, you wouldn't stay for the whole session. Two, you would immediately say something. You wouldn't leave and then come back with a story. It would be nipped in the, like, let's say you got an hour massage and this happened a half an hour into it. You're not staying the other half an hour. Okay. The massage ends there, and you're going to the desk or whatever and complaining or whatever the case may be. You want your money back, something, cops are getting called. Yeah, all of this is being nipped in the butt right then and there.
Goes into the room with Hector by himself. He's solo.
yeah, all the massage rooms are
So he goes in with Hector by himself, and then how long is his massage for?
80 minutes.
So it's 80 minutes. And so he stays through the whole session. He comes out and says to you.
Yeah, they checked out, and
so they check out. He paid.
Yeah, they had gift certificates. So one of the group came to be like the liaison for here's what we're doing for the gift cards and the tip and all of that. And then came up and told me the information, and I was like, hold tight 1 minute, let me get these people checked in and checked out.
Did the client tell you himself, or was it?
Yes.
So tell me as close to what he said and that you
He
can
said
remember.
he tried to suck my in exact verbiage, in fact, and I said, whoa, are you sure?
Okay.
Yeah. Which is super odd because we've been around for 30 years and never had an issue. Hector's worked here for 10. I've worked with him personally for 5, and I've never had anything like that even be alleged here. So thought it was kind of odd. So asked for more information. Didn't really get much besides that he then changed and said that he did suck his. And I was like, are you sure about that? And he was like, no, yeah, you for sure. I said, that's really crazy. I'm so sorry to hear that, you know.
She contacted her manager, sent over all the details, and made sure it would be handled as soon as possible.
Obviously, I called my manager. She is at her other job today, I believe, so I sent her an email with all the information, shot her a text saying, hey, check your email in the morning, something for you to handle. Enjoy your day off if you're having one, but deal with this in the morning. And I told them same thing, like, I wish there was more I could do for you, but I'm just running the mill. I'm running the mill front desk. I have no upper management. We'll obviously get your gift card refunded, but you know, that all has to go through upper end. So yeah, I kind of told them hang tight and wait for a call, but so sorry if that is what happened. It just seems, not to say I don't believe them, and I told him that as well. So not to say I don't believe you at all, because that's not the case, but it seems highly unlikely. So I am really sorry if that is what happened. But
instead of immediately raising an alarm, he went back to his group first.
yeah.
But when he came out, was he upset? Like, I need to talk to somebody right now, or was it like, hey?
No, he came out and like went over to the table with the people. I don't know if they came outside or went in. We had a bunch of people checking in and out, and then came up and told me and just kind of whispered it to me. And was like, yeah, and that was it. He didn't seem to.
So he did try to exercise discretion. It wasn't like, holy this guy sucked my.
Just came over and told me and was like, hey, just so you know. And I said, oh, that's really weird. And he kind of like laughed about it. And then they came outside and then came back in to like give me more details. And I said, hold tight 1 sec. I'll come outside and talk to you because there's other people around.
Right,
obviously.
so you came outside.
Yeah, and we spoke right over here. Yeah.
On top of that, she felt the details were not being explained in a fully clear way at first, which added to the confusion.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really very bizarre, if I do say so myself.
Okay.
Yeah, it just seemed a little off to me. If I'm giving you my opinion, obviously I'm not a psychologist, so I wouldn't know, but yeah, it seemed a little bit weird.
Everybody doesn't react the
Exactly.
same. Some people are giddy or gigglish about it, and others are
There's nervous
outraged.
laughter. Exactly.
Correct.
Like we had an incident once with a technician being assaulted, and she was over over the top, like
Right.
very stressed. So I've seen
Right.
that happen before, and that was, via a
Right.
client, but that's really my only experience with it. So I was like, this is really what I expected. And also it's kind of, story was one, story was another. So I'm like, okay, well, let me get your details.
Did you mention anything to Hector about it?
Yeah, I asked him, I said, what happened during the service? And he said, nothing. It was just the regular massage. I asked him if everything was okay during it. He seemed like everything was fine. I mean, what's going on? And I was like, well, there was an allegation, so I just wanted to check with you. And then he was like, wait, what? And he was kind of stressed out, but had another service to go to and then headed out for the day. So,
Okay.
yeah, and I was checking people out when he left for the day, so I didn't have a chance to talk.
And he didn't say whether or not the guy seemed overly excited during, because
He did mention that he was like, the only thing was, I mean, he definitely was during the service, but
Okay.
I asked him if everything was okay, and it seemed fine, which, I mean, and that happens pretty often
Yeah.
during a massage, so we're not, any stranger to it.
Right.
You're draped modestly, so we're like,
Correct. Yeah.
have as much excitement under that drape as you want,
Under the
but
drape.
under the drape. Right, you got that right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for letting me know.
After that, officers finally make contact with Hector and ask for his side of the story.
Did you get a hold of him? Oh, perfect.
ID on you, Hector? Thank you so much. Thank you.
And you are?
I'm his friend.
Oh, okay.
He's just nervous and would like a friend to.
Understandable.
He gets nervous too. That's why I'm here.
Oh,
Actually, yeah, so I called him because, I needed to come and see what's going on and clear my
Absolutely.
name.
that's exactly where we're going.
All right, Hector, can you explain to me what happened your side? That's all I really need to hear.
Okay, so,
Hector says the client had complained about soreness and tightness in his legs from playing basketball.
my client, he was complaining about, he plays basketball, so complains about tightness on his legs and cramps back here.
Yeah.
So of course I'm going to work all of the muscles of the legs, even the attachments of the hamstrings, which are like right here on the butt. So I have to go like this, right? Then the attachments right here. So I have to put my elbow right there and also shake it to help release it. Yeah.
He then says that when the client turned over, he noticed what he believed was an erection.
The guy, when he turned over, I noticed that he had a hard on.
Yeah.
I think he was a hard on. I don't know if he was just like, that's the way he is.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what do I do? I'll keep doing the massage, because I've never had this experience before. I'm just starting my 9th year of employment here.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, fine. I'm not going to worry about it. So when I was doing
So what Hector is sitting here saying is that he's been there for 9 years or 8 years at the time, and he has never had a guy get rock for him. Never. Right? To say that Hector has never massaged a guy before is, that's ludicrous, okay? They're guy masseuse or whatever that, whatever. If people aren't, if everyone's busy and they want to get a massage by him, I'm sure they get a massage by him or whatever, right? But he's never had any type of issues like that at all. And even if he has massaged a guy, the guy isn't getting rock for him, okay? Like the lady said, she said, it is a common thing in massages, which it is a common thing in massages, right? But I would assume that it would be with the opposite, the opposite. I don't know if it would be if you a guy and a guy is massaging you and you just, because I know if that was me, I'm sitting there like, I can't even relax. Like, I'm stressed. Like, nah, like, I can't do it. Man. I can't do it, man. To each their own, man. But it's just, I can't do it, man. You ain't got nobody else. I don't, no disrespect to Hector. I'm sure he's a great massage therapist and stuff, but listen, you not the one for me though. You can't massage me, okay? You can't be, you know, trying to get these knots out with me. No, it ain't happening, man. It's not happening, boy. But I have two theories, and we're gonna see what happens here, right? But I would say one theory is, if this is a shady place, right, one of those places that do offer extra services, it would be something that they probably worked out. So because the victim is saying, I want to swab for DNA or whatever the case may be, right? He keeps pushing that. So that's one thing that's raising alarm. Okay, if this is a spot that offers extra services, that's between you and the masseuse, right? So Hector or whatever his name is, he could have provided that service, but now the victim is going back on and, you know, saying some other stuff. That's one theory. Do I think that's what's happening here? No. I think I know they say it's victim blaming and stuff like. I think he's changing his story. The other lady said that he's changed the story. At first, he tried to, you know, eat the banana. We're gonna use that. Man, hopefully you two don't. Oh man, I just thought about this. I'm like, damn, this is a video that's kind of crazy. But come on, YouTube, let it rock, man. Let it rock. This is a funny video. But anyways, it may not be funny to some, but whatever. It's entertaining, I should say. But yeah, the one thing is, he said that he tried to eat the banana, and then you changed it up and said that he did eat the banana. If you was really, you know, felt offended or a victim and all of that, like, you gonna sit, you know what, and you not staying for the whole session. Like, it's gonna be, man, Hector gonna have to get flipped, boy, because it's gonna be, what if that's me and something like that happened to me? It's over, man. I'm going to the county, man. It's over. Like, it's so over. They gonna say, Mr. Shy, put your hands behind your back, and I'm gonna have to go in there and just thug it out, man, because it's like, damn, I had to do it to him, man. I'm sorry, I had to do it to him, man. If that happened to me, what? No. See, and that cop, she's like, yeah, you know, everyone reacts differently and this and that, which is true. Everyone does react differently. So me, I'm going to the county, man. I'm going to the county. It's over.
In the attachments right here on the quabs, I did this, and I did that a couple of times, but I didn't think that would be a problem.
And then what did he do?
Hector insists he was only doing his job and that the client never clearly told him to stop while the session was happening.
I said, "Are you okay?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm fine." But he didn't say anything else.
Did you think that he was uncomfortable with that, or did you have to move it and it was just felt like you needed to say something? Okay.
He didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything.
And
he made no reference to it. Okay.
I just said, "Are you okay?" He said, "Yeah, that's fine."
And so why did you think you had to say if you asked if he was okay?
Because I noticed that I think he had like a heart on, or unless he was just like, you know.
Oh, so you saw it and you asked, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't know if he like made any kind of gesture or something.
And it's also normal for them to ask you, "Are you okay? Is everything fine?" You know, that's normal throughout the session as well, because they just gonna check and see if everything is good. You know, maybe if, you know, you got to get deeper in one spot, or, you know, get a knot out or something like that. You know, it's communication. It's not that uncommon for the masseuse to ask you, "Are you okay?" You know, all right, you all right? How you feeling? How's everything? You good? You know, is there, you know, just communication.
Okay.
No, I mean, we finished because we had like 5 more minutes of the massage when I was working right here on the upper attachments of the legs. So, you know, I just decided to ignore it because I never had an issue like that.
Yeah. Did he say anything to you before the massage was over, before he left, or
No,
he made no.
When he left, I was standing on the door, like on the hallway, but he just like walked through.
Okay.
I asked him if he wanted water. He said no.
Okay. It's real dark in that room. I'd
We
say.
keep it dark.
Okay. And he had underwear on.
He had underwear.
He had underwear
Yeah.
on. Okay. No point he took his underwear off.
Huh?
At no point he took his underwear off.
I'm sorry?
At no point did he take his underwear
No.
off. Okay.
No, because we always tell them undress to your level of comfort.
Okay. Yeah. And at no point did you ever put your mouth on it.
No.
Okay. So there'd be no way that.
Yeah, I'm not going to risk my job.
No, I totally understand. I understand, and maybe that he was probably just uncomfortable, or maybe he didn't know how to deal with kind of what was going on.
Right.
But that is his claim.
Okay.
Is that's what happened, and you know that didn't happen.
I know that didn't happen.
Okay.
I mean, if he felt offended because I did this,
Okay.
To verify the truth, deputies asked for a DNA sample.
I had to do my job.
Is there any way, since if the easiest way for me to clear this entire situation is to get a buccal swab of your DNA,
Okay.
so that way there's no we find DNA on there, it's not yours, it's fine,
Okay.
then you're
Yeah.
completely absolved.
Okay.
Right, and his story would obviously break
Yeah.
down completely.
Okay.
Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
What she was doing, but I said I have a profound respect for your tiny little people and your tiny little fingers. And then the last few that I've had have been female. But yeah, I was so surprised. I was like, she has the hands of a 10-year-old, and I walked out of there like I had come from the chiropractor.
Yeah.
So I guess I say that to say it doesn't matter the size of your hands or how big or strong you are. If your fingers are nimble and you can do wonders. It was amazing.
See,
I'm
she's
just gonna
been
get
the
the inside of
massage.
your cheeks, okay?
She know. She know how the massages is.
And we totally appreciate you coming up here.
Yeah, this is gonna make it so much easier on us. Can you do that?
This is gonna be
Thank you
interesting.
so much. Yeah, but just based on his claims, this will just immediately rule it out. And
Okay.
then, you know.
Eventually, the test results came back. Based on the evidence gathered, deputies said they had enough probable cause to move forward with an arrest.
I mean, from before. Yeah. Hey, I wanted to talk to
What? Hector getting crazy in there? No way. See, this is foul. This is foul shit, man. This is crazy.
the attorney. Never really got back with me.
They never did?
No. So,
Okay.
yeah,
I do have her card. She said she was going to get in touch with you. So it's this one right here. It's from Carson Meissner.
okay.
It's Diana. I'm gonna email her too because as I said, I hired her at the beginning of January.
Okay.
And I've been reaching out like almost every couple of weeks saying, have you heard anything from them?
Reaching out to her to see if she's heard anything from me.
Yeah,
Well, no one ever told me who she was, so I couldn't call her.
Oh,
Because you said you were getting an attorney, but then you never told me who the attorney was.
okay.
You understand? Like, I can't call someone down or they don't exist.
Right. Oh, okay. I didn't know I had to tell you because she said that she was going to reach out to you personally.
Oh, yeah, no, she never did that. So just so you know, we obviously got back the results of that test.
Yeah.
All right, so with the evidence that's there, we do have PC for your arrest.
Okay.
So if you want to step out, we want to take you in so that you can get processed, and then that'll push the process along.
Okay.
That's foul, bruh. This guy is traumatized, man. See, that's why you can't have no guy massage. I ain't gonna, man. Look, the victim is traumatized, man. That's some traumatizing shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. No, man. This guy here, Hector, what? And you know something wrong when he's. Come on, man. You lawyering up. You guilty, man.
Yeah, if you open
Is this one?
yeah, just the bottom, you can just flip the lock.
And just lock the bottom?
Yeah.
Port number 1109, again 1109,
Okay.
2078
You can go this one. This one? Yeah.
Damn, I feel bad for the victim, boy. That's some traumatizing shit, man. This is foul. Walk of shame.
Before placing him in the patrol car, officers followed standard procedure, checking for any items and making sure everything was secure.
I'm gonna check one more time just to make sure. Check his belts or anything. You spread your feet out, man, for me just for a little bit. Nothing else on you, right? Just making sure before you go in the back of the car. Mm-hmm.
Let's turn on the car. Can you show me see how back there?
This case shows how one accusation can turn into a serious situation very fast. What do you think about this case?
Man, what do I think? That's some foul shit, man. Foul. That guy is traumatized. What? Nah, that's some sick shit, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, to each their own, but as a guy, you know, well, I shouldn't just say as a guy, right? Because this guy's just, you know, they into what they into, you know, people into what they into, you know what I'm saying? But me as a straight male, like feminine energy around me, yeah, I gotta have lady, yeah, okay, chiropractor, lady, dentist, lady, like it's like, yo, yeah, doctor, lady, okay, I'm not, no, okay, if I go to get a massage, lady, all right, lady, it's lady everything, okay, I need some feminine energy around me. I'm not messing, no, that's just me personally, you know, yeah, I'm not, no, y'all don't got no lady available, all right, well, I'll come back, yeah, I'm not new, no, lady everything, doctor, chiropractor, masseuse, dentist, lady, yeah, all around, like, guys, what? Oh nah, I don't need no guy rubbing up on me looking, oh nah, I'm good. Nope. Even though guys are stronger, so they could get a deeper massage, you know, they have more strength than the ladies, but I don't need no guys putting, listen, this ain't one of them Diddy parties, man. I don't need no guy putting no baby oil on me, trying to get some hot oil on me. Oh nah, oh no. Oh, we gonna have a problem in this mug. We gonna have an issue. It's gonna be a problem. Yeah, you hear me? Boy, but anyway, yeah, man, I feel bad for the victim. This was insane. This was insane, man. Cause both sides was sounding, he was changing his story from their side. He said that he was changing his story, but seems like, you know, the victim was right all along in what he was saying or whatever, you know. Damn, oh man, I feel bad for him, boy. If you would like to support the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Also, hype the video. YouTube has a new feature where you can hype the video. Helps it gets pushed out into the algorithm. Those are all free things to do. If you're looking for some paid options, you can also send a super thanks, super sticker, or look in the description for our YouTube membership and our Patreon link. And I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. Your support is greatly appreciated.